Welcome to episode 60 of the Peak Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Young, and today we're diving deep into one of the world's most elite and secretive military units, the Australian Special Air Service Regiment. What makes these warriors different from every other special forces unit on the planet? More importantly, how can you harness their principles to achieve peak performance in your own life? The SASR isn't just another special forces unit. They're the tip of the spear for Australian defense, operating in some of the world's most challenging environments with a success rate that would make other elite units envious. Today, we'll break down their unique approach to training, selection, and operations, and show you exactly how to implement these battle tested principles in your pursuit of excellence. Foundation: versatility is a core principle. What immediately sets the SASR apart from other elite units is their unparalleled versatility. While most special forces excel in one or two areas, the SASR has mastered the art of being deadly effective across the entire spectrum of military operations. They seamlessly transition between reconnaissance missions in hostile territory, high stakes counterterrorism operations, direct action raids, and complex unconventional warfare campaigns. This versatility isn't accidental. It's the result of a training philosophy that refuses to allow specialization to become limitation. The SASR operator doesn't just learn to shoot, move, and communicate. They become masters of adaptation, equally comfortable whether they're gathering intelligence behind enemy lines, conducting precision strikes, or training indigenous forces in guerrilla tactics. In your own life, this translates to developing what I call operational flexibility. Instead of becoming overly specialized in one skill, peak performers cultivate multiple competencies that complement and strengthen each other. Peak performance application: develop complementary skills across different domains. If you're in business, don't just master sales. Learn finance, operations, and leadership. This versatility makes you invaluable and unstoppable. The selection process, where legends are forged. The SASR selection process is legendary for good reason. It's not just about physical strength or sheer mental toughness. It's about discovering who has the rare combination of attributes necessary to operate at the highest levels under extreme pressure. This selection process is designed to break people, not to train them. They're looking for individuals who are already operating at a level that most people will never reach. The physical standards are brutal, but achievable for those willing to do the work. Candidates must demonstrate exceptional cardiovascular endurance, functional strength, and the ability to carry heavy loads over long distances while maintaining tactical awareness. But here's what separates the SASR selection from others. They're not just testing your ability to suffer, they're testing your ability to think clearly while suffering. Physical standards: 12 plus mile ruck, marches with 40 kilogram plus loads, sub 6 minute mile times, 100 plus push ups, advanced swimming and diving capabilities. Mental resilience: problem solving under extreme fatigue, navigation in hostile conditions, resistance to interrogation, decision making under pressure. Adaptability tests: rapid skill acquisition, leadership in chaos, team dynamics assessment, emotional regulation under stress. Building your personal selection standards. You might not be heading to SASR selection, but you can apply their selection philosophy to create your own standards for peak performance. The key is understanding that selection isn't punishment, it's revelation. It reveals who you really are when everything comfortable is stripped away. Establish non negotiable physical standards. Create specific measurable fitness benchmarks that push you beyond your comfort zone. Run a sub 7 minute mile, complete 50 perfect push ups, carry your body weight for a mile. These aren't arbitrary numbers, they're proof that you can push through when your body wants to quit. Design mental resilience challenges. Put yourself in controlled, high stress situations regularly. Take cold showers for 30 days. Practice public speaking. Learn a new skill under time pressure. The goal is to become comfortable with discomfort and maintain clear thinking when stressed. Test your adaptability. Regularly place yourself in unfamiliar situations where you must learn quickly and perform effectively. Travel to new places alone. Take on projects outside your expertise. Volunteer for leadership roles in challenging circumstances. Create accountability measures. Establish systems that reveal your true performance level. Track your progress objectively. Seek feedback from people who will tell you the truth. And regularly test yourself against real world challenges. Jungle warfare. Mastering the most unforgiving environment. Australia's strategic position places the SASR in regular contact with some of the world's most challenging jungle environments. This isn't just about geography, it's about mastering the most unforgiving operational environment on Earth. Jungle warfare strips away every technological advantage and reduces success to the fundamentals: navigation, survival, patience, and mental fortitude. In the jungle, you can't rely on GPS when the canopy blocks satellites. You can't depend on radio communication when dense vegetation interferes with signals. You can't move fast when every step must be calculated to avoid detection. The jungle demands a different kind of operator, one who can slow down, think deeply, and execute perfectly with minimal resources. This focus on jungle operations creates SASR operators who are exceptionally skilled at operating with incomplete information, making critical decisions with limited resources, and maintaining effectiveness when isolated from support systems. These are exactly the skills needed for peak performance in any challenging environment. And when the jungle, technology fails, equipment breaks, and plans change. What remains is your ability to adapt, survive, and accomplish the mission with nothing but your training and will. Remote area operations, self reliance at the extreme. Australia's massive and varied terrain creates unique operational challenges that the SASR has turned into competitive advantages. They regularly operate in environments ranging from scorching deserts to frozen mountains, from tropical coastlines to arid plains. This diversity forces them to become masters of adaptation and self reliance. Desert operations. Extreme heat, limited water, navigation by stars, and maintaining operational effectiveness while managing dehydration and heat exhaustion. Mountain warfare. High altitude operations, extreme cold, technical climbing while carrying full equipment and maintaining precision in thin air. Coastal environments, amphibious infiltration, maritime navigation, operating in saltwater conditions, and transitioning seamlessly from sea to land operations. This expertise in remote area operations develops what I call environmental mastery, the ability to not just survive, but thrive in any environment you find yourself in. Peak performers don't let their environment dictate their performance. They adapt their approach to excel regardless of conditions. Developing your environmental mastery. You don't need to operate in the Australian outback to develop the SASR's environmental mastery mindset. The principle is about becoming anti fragile, not just resilient to environmental challenges, but actually strengthened by them. Temperature resilience. Regularly expose yourself to temperature extremes. Take cold showers, exercise in heat. Practice maintaining focus and performance regardless of comfort level. Navigation skills. Learn to navigate without technology. Practice reading maps, understanding terrain, and developing spatial awareness. This builds problem solving skills and confidence. Self reliance. Regularly practice operating with minimal resources. Go camping with basic gear. Learn to repair things yourself. Develop multiple backup plans for important goals. Environmental awareness. Practice situational awareness in all environments. Notice details, understand how environment affects performance, and adapt your strategies accordingly. Maritime mastery, amphibious excellence. The SASR's maritime capabilities set them apart from many land-focused special forces units. Australia's extensive coastline and strategic maritime interests require operators who are as comfortable in the water as they are on land. This isn't just about swimming, it's about conducting complex operations that begin in the ocean and transition seamlessly to land-based objectives. Their amphibious training includes everything from underwater navigation, and combat diving to small boat operations and beach reconnaissance. They must be able to infiltrate from the sea, conduct operations on land, and extract back to maritime platforms, all while maintaining the element of surprise. This maritime expertise develops what I call transition mastery, the ability to excel across different operational domains and move seamlessly between them. In your own peak performance journey, this translates to developing skills that complement each other and allow you to operate effectively across different areas of your life. Infiltration. Approach objectives undetected using maritime routes and specialized insertion techniques. Transition. Move from maritime to land operations while maintaining operational security and mission readiness. Execute. Conduct land-based operations with the same precision and effectiveness as maritime specialists. Extract. Return to maritime domain for extraction, often under hostile conditions. International integration. Coalition excellence. One of the SASR's greatest strengths is their ability to integrate seamlessly with Allied Special Forces units. They regularly train and operate alongside the British SAS, U.S. Navy SEALs, Delta Force, and other elite units. This isn't just about being friendly, it's about developing the cultural intelligence and operational flexibility to be effective in multinational environments. Cultural adaptability. Understanding different operational cultures, communication styles, and tactical preferences while maintaining effectiveness. Interoperability. Ability to use different equipment, follow various tactical procedures, and integrate with foreign command structures. Communication excellence. Clear, concise communication across language barriers and different military traditions. This international integration capability develops what peak performers need in today's global environment. The ability to work effectively with people from different backgrounds, adapt to various organizational cultures, and maintain high performance standards regardless of the team composition. It's about being valuable anywhere you go. Covert operations, the art of invisible excellence. The SASR's covert capabilities are perhaps their most distinctive feature. While many elite units can execute direct action missions with overwhelming force, the SASR excels at operations where success is measured by what doesn't happen, intelligence gathered without detection, threats neutralized without acknowledgement, objectives achieved without anyone knowing they were there. This covert expertise requires a different mindset than conventional military operations. Success isn't about overwhelming the enemy, and it's about achieving objectives while remaining completely invisible. This requires patience, precision, and the psychological strength to operate without recognition or acknowledgement. Covert operations demand perfection because there's no room for mistakes. One error can compromise not just the mission, but future operations and the safety of assets. This creates operators who are meticulous, thorough, and psychologically comfortable with operating in isolation. Intelligence gathering, collecting critical information while remaining undetected. Mission planning, developing detailed plans with multiple contingencies. Covert execution, achieving objectives without leaving evidence. Assessment and evaluating success and gathering lessons learned. Applying covert principles to peak performance. The SASR's covert capabilities translate into powerful principles for peak performance in civilian life. It's about achieving extraordinary results while maintaining operational security, while not drawing unwanted attention while you build your capabilities and execute your plans. Stealth development. Build your skills and capabilities quietly. Don't announce your plans to the world. Let your results speak for themselves. This prevents interference and maintains competitive advantage. Intelligence first. Gather comprehensive information before making moves. Understand your environment, competition, and opportunities thoroughly before committing to action. Precision execution. When you do act, do it with surgical precision. Avoid unnecessary exposure, minimize risks, and achieve maximum impact with minimum resources. Operational security. Protect your methods, timing, and strategies. Share information only on a need to know basis and maintain multiple contingency plans. Remember, covert doesn't mean secretive about everything, it means being strategic about what you reveal and when. The goal is to achieve your objectives without unnecessary interference or competition. The Australian strategic perspective. What truly sets the SASR apart is their uniquely Australian perspective on strategy and operations. Australia's geographic position creates strategic challenges that no other nation faces. Vast distances, diverse climates, proximity to different cultures, and the need to project force across enormous maritime domains. This unique strategic environment has shaped the SASR into a force that thinks differently about problems. They can't rely on rapid reinforcement like European units, can't depend on nearby allies like many NATO forces, and can't assume familiar operating environments like many American units. This isolation has created a culture of extreme self reliance and innovative problem solving. Geographic isolation. Operating far from support bases and allied forces. Cultural diversity. Understanding and operating within diverse cultural contexts. Innovation necessity. Developing creative solutions to unique operational challenges. Strategic independence. Maintaining operational effectiveness without external dependencies. Alliance building. Creating valuable partnerships while maintaining independence. This Australian perspective creates operators who are simultaneously independent and collaborative, innovative and disciplined, adaptable and reliable. These are the exact qualities needed for peak performance in our interconnected but unpredictable world. The SASR training philosophy, progressive complexity. The SASR doesn't just train hard, they train smart. Their training philosophy is built on progressive complexity, where each skill builds on previous capabilities and prepares for more advanced challenges. This isn't random, difficult training, it's systematically designed to create operators who can handle anything. Foundation skills. Basic military skills, physical fitness, weapon handling. Tactical proficiency, small unit tactics, reconnaissance, basic special operations. Advanced specialization, specialized skills like demolitions, advanced marksmanship, communications. Leadership integration, leading teams, complex mission planning, strategic thinking. Master operator, instructing others, developing new techniques, strategic advisory roles. Each level requires mastery of the previous level before advancement. This creates depth of capability rather than surface level competence. In your own development, this means thoroughly mastering fundamentals before advancing to more complex skills. Your personal SASR development program. Now let's put it all together. Based on the SASR's proven methods, here's how you can develop your own peak performance program that incorporates their most powerful principles. Phase 1, selection standards, months 1 to 3. Establish your physical and mental baselines. Create specific measurable standards for fitness, resilience, and adaptability. Test yourself regularly and track progress objectively. Build the foundation that everything else depends on. Phase 2, versatility development, months 4 to 8. Develop complementary skills across multiple domains. Don't just improve what you're already good at, build capabilities in areas that will make your strengths more powerful. Focus on skills that work together synergistically. Phase 3, environmental mastery, months 9 to 12. Practice performing at high levels regardless of conditions. Expose yourself to challenging environments, uncomfortable situations, and resource constraints. Become anti-fragile, strengthened by difficulty rather than weakened by it. Phase 4, covert excellence, year 2. Learn to achieve extraordinary results without fanfare. Develop your intelligence gathering capabilities, practice precision execution, and master the art of strategic patience. Build your capabilities quietly while others are making noise. Key, remember the SASR way isn't about being the loudest or most visible. It's about being the most effective when it matters most. Conclusion: the SASR mindset for peak performance. The Australian SASR represents something unique in the world of elite military units, a force that combines the best traditions of special operations with innovations born from Australia's unique strategic position. They've created a model of excellence that transcends military applications and provides a blueprint for peak performance in any field. What separates the SASR isn't just their individual skills or their selection standards. It's their systematic approach to developing capabilities that work together to create operators who can excel anywhere, anytime, under any conditions. They've mastered the art of being simultaneously independent and collaborative, specialized and versatile, patient and decisive. The principles we've covered today, versatility in operations, rigorous selection standards, environmental mastery, covert excellence, and progressive complexity, these aren't just military tactics. They're life strategies that will serve you in business, relationships, personal development, and any challenge you face. Remember, peak performance isn't about being the loudest person in the room or the most visible. It's about being the most effective when effectiveness matters most. It's about building capabilities quietly, executing with precision, and achieving objectives that others thought were impossible. The SASR way is about becoming someone who can be dropped anywhere, in any situation, with any team, and find a way to succeed. That's not just military excellence, that's life mastery. Excellence is not about being better than others, it's about being better than you were yesterday, every single day. This has been episode 60 of the Peak Performance Podcast. I'm Brad Young. Until next time, train hard, stay ready, and remember, the only easy day was yesterday.